What's up guys, it is your girl Becky and I am back, and today I'm actually going to update about breast milk formula feeding, and I'm also going to include a little tidbit about pumps. This tidbit would work mostly for Iowa Medicaid people because I had that. So if you guys are interested, keep on watching, and if this is your first time, hi, my name is Becky and welcome to my channel. So let's get this started, okay? Okay, so I actually did some research and I talked to fellow mommies as well as people that are studying this. You can call your hospitals for any information if there's classes. I know when I went to Unity Point Health and they had classes there, as well as I went to WIC and I took 2 breastfeeding classes just because I wanted to be very well prepared. And sometimes you just want to know the experiences of mothers more than you do professionals that just go by the book. You want to know exactly how it was and all this stuff. And I feel like on my first video I did just that. I told you guys more about my experience than I did in actual information, and I don't think that was right. I should have actually been more informative. So this update version will actually be talking about the pros and cons on breastfeeding, formula feeding, and I will tell you how I got my pump for free. You could try it out. It never hurts to ask about pumps and all that stuff, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start talking about the pros and cons of breastfeeding. And if I look through the site, it's because I actually have this written down and I want to make sure that I give you guys a really good information, you know? So without further ado, let's go to the breastfeeding pros and cons, okay? Okay, so breastfeeding pros. Breastfeeding is good for both mom and baby's health. It also gives you guys some bonding time. Breast milk does not need to be prepped. Pumps and formulas tend to be pretty expensive. Breastfeeding babies are less likely to have diarrhea or upset stomach. It strengthens the immune system. It's good development for preemies. So this is for mom. This is a positive thing for mom. It helps uterus contract faster to normal size, burns extra calories, keeps your period from coming back. Again, bonding time with baby. Reduces risk of breast cancer, ovarian cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. So those are really good pros. And I do like the fact that it does not upset the stomach of the little baby, because you do need to make sure that they are okay, because upset stomachs always make them fussy. So I understand that. Here are the cons. You may feel discomfort, especially the first couple of feedings. You won't know if baby is getting enough since you can't measure it. You'll need to watch what meds you take and what you eat. Newborns eat frequently, whereas formula keeps them full for a little longer. So basically, you shouldn't really worry if your kid is having enough coming out of your breast. What I was told in WIC when I went to the classes is they control the nipple area. They'll suck, and if they need breath, they'll stop sucking. It stops the milk from coming out so they can take their time, and when they're done, they could just let go and all that stuff. So when I tried breastfeeding my child, which of course he decided no, he didn't want it, fine, whatever, I was always scared that I wasn't giving him enough. Well, the nurses told me he will let me know. If he didn't get enough, he will be crying. Granted, my kid had such a high metabolism that I actually had to pump and put Ensure formula to give him extra calories, because he was just eating and eating and eating, and it was hard for him to gain the weight, so it was pretty hard. But yes, it's not comfortable at first, but once you do it constantly, it's just a part of life. And the only other con that I will add is if you're exclusively breastfeeding and you go out, if you're not comfortable just whipping out your boob and breastfeeding your child, you have to get a blanket, but then when they get older, they get fussy that their blanket's over them. I wouldn't suggest breastfeeding in the bathroom because that's where we do our business. And why is there a baby eating where we do our business? But that is just my personal opinion, okay? But there are pros and cons, and of course I will link the website that I went below to show you guys exactly what I actually did. A couple of researches there, so everything that I'm talking to you guys will always be in the description bar below, just so you guys don't think I'm actually BSing this whole thing, okay? So let's go to the formula feeding side, okay? Okay, so we're gonna do the formula feeding side, and again, I will do the pros first, then the cons, and let's get this started, okay? So the pros: family members can feed your baby even if you're not there. You can see how much baby is eating. Formula tends to make them fuller than breastfeeding. Partner and family members can also have that bonding time with baby. Moms don't really have to worry about diet or medication, or if they have a glass of wine, if they have to throw it away, you know, all that stuff. But the uterus will take a little longer to go back down, and your period comes sooner. That's, I don't know why I put it in the pro side, but whatever. It doesn't provide the same protection against infection like breast milk. This is the cons, by the way. You need to make sure it's prepared properly and temperature is right. Bottle formulas, nipples, and breast pumps are expensive. Formula may cause digestive troubles like constipation and gas. And with that being said, if you do actually do formula, you can get coupons. I know my kid had Enfamil Gentle Ease, and those at Sam's Club were 2 for $50, and I would get coupons that were $5 off, so I would get it for $45. And I mean, $5, that's pretty good because I went through 4 a month, I believe. So that's saving me $10, and then in the long haul, you know, it saves you more and more money, and that money can go for diapers or other things that you need. So I will link down below for, what do I have? I have for Enfamil and Similac, because I couldn't find the other ones, but you can always look through. You can always use Google to look for deals, okay? So this is what I have so far for pros, cons of breastfeeding and formula feeding. You know what? You do you. I know breast is best, but there are some babies that just don't want to attach the nipple. And there are some moms that cannot actually produce enough milk to do the supply and demand of their child. And it is frustrating that you want to provide this for your child, but your child either doesn't want the nipple or you just can't make enough. And it's a valid excuse as to why you go to formula. If you don't feel like breastfeeding your child, that is fine as well. We have come a long way, and they have invented different types of formula, even ones that in case your son or daughter is allergic to milk. Okay, there are way different things, or more different things I should say, than back in the day. Because you can actually choose. You can have Gerber, you can have Walmart brand, you can have Enfamil, Target brand, you can have Similac, you can have every type of stuff. And I would suggest, if you are thinking about just formula feeding, talk to your doctor about it, or talk to their pediatrician once they come out, because some certain formulas do give constipation and upset stomach, so you're gonna have to do trial and error on all of this. And I can only speak for my pediatrician. When I went through that, she gave me little sample bottles. And also when you get coupons, you also get sent sample bottles. I had so many sample bottles coming over to my house. The majority were Similac than Enfamil, but I had so many that I was able to try which one he liked. Sadly, Similac was not the case for him. He had to go to Enfamil. I was the same way when I was a little kid anyway, so whatever. But please just sign for these coupons. Yes, it's a pain in the butt getting emails, but I got my email couponed, or my coupon emailed, wow, or they will come in the mail. There's just different ways of getting the coupons, as well as they would send me packages. And I signed up when I found out I was pregnant. So by the time that my son was born, I had packages like all the way up here, like desk up. And it helped me a lot, because after I was done I pumped. Even though he didn't want my breast, I pumped for 6 months. But when I went back to work, I needed it to be formula to make him feel a little faster, because if you do exclusive breastfeeding, you're gonna have to worry about if the person that is babysitting your child know how to heat it up and not waste any. They will have to know when your son or daughter is hungry, and you don't want to pump all of this for it to be thrown away, you know? But yeah, let's talk about pumps now, okay? Okay, so this is what I wrote for pumps. Medicaid in Iowa, this is 2016, you need a script from your doctor if you plan on continuing breastfeeding after returning to work. You can go to any medical supply store. They are familiar with your insurance and will let you know if your insurance covers your pump. It seriously earns you up to $400, because it's way better to ask and look stupid than not ask at all, and you could have avoided spending close to $400 on something that you could have gotten for free through your insurance, you know? You could also call your insurance provider for questions as to requiring a pump. They have to keep up to date with types of pumps, okay? So let's say you found one on Facebook Swap and you really like it, but it is a discontinued brand, that it's not up to code or anything like that. It is better to go to a medical supply store, talk to them about your insurance. Medicaid, I went in and they told me I needed a script. I know in Nebraska in 2016, I don't know if it's changed, you didn't need a script. All you could do was go in, tell them that you were breastfeeding, and they would have sent the information to your insurance, and you would have gotten the pump free anyways. But in Iowa, I talked to my OB. She gave me my prescription for a breast pump, because I did say I wanted to try to feed him until he was 1 with breast milk. So I got that, and I will actually, let's see, where could I will put it right up here, the type of breast pump that I got. It was very portable, and I did end up taking it to work for some time to pump out. And I would also just suggest talk to your work about breast pump things, like how long you can do it. I mean, it's usually 15 to 20 minutes, and some works will allow you to actually do that, so I don't know. But I would still talk to HR. I would look at your handbook, all this stuff, to know exactly what your rights are for pumping. Because, I mean, you're a working mom. You are a badass. You pushed out a human being, and you were raising that human being when all your things down there were not working, and you still went to work. And if mamas had C-sections, dude, you had all your guts come out to take out that baby and had to be reassembled inside. So all women are freaking badasses, and I don't understand why there are some companies, or why people assume that breast pump thing should not be allowed to work. But whatever, that is my opinion, and I already did that on the first video. I should not do it on this video, you know? So with that being said, this is all the information that I actually got. Again, all the stuff will be down below. The website that I did most of my search will be listed down below. Go to your WIC offices. They do breastfeeding classes. Go to the hospitals as well. I know Unity Point Health here in Iowa, where I delivered, they did classes on a Saturday from 8 to noon, which was amazing. And I know Mercy Hospital here as well do classes, and I did take those classes too. And there's this one place, I will tell you guys where I'm from. I am from Sioux City, Iowa, and I went to a Her Women's Health. I don't know if they are national or if they're just for this state, and I will link it below too. And they helped me out just as much as all the other places to be very well informed. I am comfortable to say that even though my son didn't latch on, I still used the pump that I got from my insurance in the medical supply store, and I did a lot of pumping for 6 months. And yes, it was tiring, and at times I was thinking to myself, why in the hell am I doing this? But my son didn't have an upset stomach. He didn't get sick as much. I mean, the only time he really got sick was on his 18-month, and he had a fever of 103, but it went back down after a day, so I never had to go to the hospital for him. I never had to think about ear infections or anything like that. And I do think it was with the way that I was eating and the way that I was making sure that he was getting vitamins, and as well as I took my prenatals on top of that, because that's what my doctor said, to make sure that he had all his vitamins and all his nutrients. And you know what? I thank God every day that I did what I did, and I am very positive that if I do have another child, I am already well informed, and I will make the decision again of breastfeeding. If not, I have many options of formula, and they have helped my son a lot, and hopefully on my next child it will help just as well. It will be a pain in the butt though, going through different formulas and being even more tired because they get fuzzy if they can't handle it. But you know what? That's fine. I don't care. I will do anything for my kid, and I will do anything for my future kid if I am able to have a future kid, you know? And hopefully this helps you guys out as well. And I'm really hoping that all this information is better than the first video. At least the first video I ended up ranting, which I am doing right now. But you know what? That's fine. I already gave all the information. I can rant all I want. You guys can already go click to another video if you guys want. But that being said, I will link down below the website that I went to of pros and cons. I will list, what was I going to list? The coupons for your formula. The only ones I could find was the Enfamil and Similac. I will try looking for the Gerber. If I do, I will link it down below and all that stuff. And with that being said, I hope you guys had a fantastic holidays. That is why I didn't record a lot, because Thanksgiving is close to my sister's birthday, you know. You gotta celebrate all of it. But I am glad to do this for you guys, and hopefully I will talk more about this. And you know what? The next one, I will actually talk about cloth diaper versus regular diaper, you know. I will research this more, because I do know that the first video was more ranting than it was informational. So again, all my videos now, hopefully, are going to be with cited websites as well as different areas. And if I do tell you that I got it from a class, I will try to link it down below what type of classes I took. I will go to Unity Point Health and Mercy Hospital and take out the classes, like where to go to sign up for classes. Here in Iowa, I would suggest Googling a lot of that or calling the office of these hospitals. They do have a phone number that you can call that's not emergency, and you can ask them to go straight to the whole thing. And you know what? I have a lot more things to say. I was diabetic, I was high blood pressure, I was all of this stuff. So I have a lot on my mind, and I want to tell you guys about it, because I don't want you feeling that it is just you against the world. No, all mothers go through different crap every day, and at the end of the day, once baby comes out, that is your whole world. You went through all this misery, which I consider misery because I hated my pregnancy, and I will do a second trimester thing soon. But all of that. But when your baby's looking at you and giving you a smile, it's just, oh, it's the best in the world seeing your child smile. And you think, this is why I endured all of this. And I would do it all over again, honestly. I would actually go through this whole thing again. I mean, I hated it, but it just, those little things that babies do, it just makes you so proud. And now that my kid's starting to be more vocal, it just surprises me how smart he is. And gives me more headache because he just figured out how to open doors. Help me, God. Yeah. But have a great holiday, guys. And I know I ranted some more, but yeah, it just, you can tell from my face, I really love my child. And he's going through a phase where he's sharing his toys with the kids that come over. And I feel like he really wants a sibling, but not right now. I'm enjoying him as much as I possibly can, you know. But okay, see you guys. I am going to stop before I rant some more. So bye.